Now, when it was discovered, and she showed up at the first meeting of the contestants, they couldn't remove her from the contest at that point, so she became the first African-American contestant to compete in the Miss Houston contest, and subsequently in the Miss Texas pageant. She was fourth runner-up and third runner-up, respectively. It kind of got her on her way, and then she became the second ever black Playboy centerfold. All the guys remember that. Okay, and then it really, after that, she really became active in Hollywood, and I just want to read some of her credits. Belinda, Trouble Man, Black Gun, Mean Streets, Three the Hard Way, The Klansman, Policewoman, TNT Jackson. That's just a few. And then on TV, we saw her on Aladdin, The Beverly Hillbillies, Marry Me Shorty, Sanford and Sons, Policewoman. That's my mom. Star Jan Hudson. I could go on and on and on. But we want to bring her up so that you can meet her formally. Annie Morgan, now Miss Annie Judas. Mrs. Annie Judas, who lives in California. Annie, can you make your entrance? All right. Give her an appropriate round of applause. She's been living in California. She's married to Mr. Judas, the CEO of a real estate company.
Yes.
And she's just living a glamorous life.
I try.
And tell me something about you. And we will get along with the program. And again, I want to tell you that this is not a stand-in. And Annie is going on 17.
Next year I'll be 70.
Amazing.
Oh, I'm getting nervous. Larry, thank you, Larry. I remember Larry in art class, Mrs. Lander's class, and he was this cute guy, little skinny guy. He was handsome, and he would always, he sat next to me. He sat next to me, and he would never talk to me. I don't know why he wouldn't talk to me, he wouldn't speak to me, but every time I would look at him, he would like want to say something, but it wouldn't come out. And I always say to myself, say it. What? What, Larry? What do you want? So then I heard him talk to his friends like Earl Briggs and Ralph Davis and Jerome Bell, and he was talking to them. So I don't know why he wouldn't talk to me, you know? But anyway.
Because she didn't pay me any attention. I was like, bitch, wake up class. So she saw right through me.
But I'm honored and happy that you have thought of me. I never thought that I would be standing here 2012 among my peers and my classmates of 62. And I am just so happy to be here. I'm just honored. Thank you.
Let me ask you a question before we get out of here. Now, why did you move to Los Angeles, a little southern girl from Houston, Texas?
Well, when I went there, at first it was a culture shock to me. I mean, I saw men walking around with long hair and these women walking around with no bra on. And it just frightened me. And I saw all these people walking on the streets at like 12 and 1 o'clock in the morning. I said, where are these people going? You know, coming from Houston, Texas, people just don't stay up that late. I'm not used to that, you know? So, but here's a true story. I invited my mother to my house I wasn't living in Beverly Hills then, but I had an apartment, and I brought her there. She'd never been on a plane before, and I was just so happy to be able to fly her to Los Angeles. And I took her out to dinner, and the waitress would say, would you like to have some water? And my mother would say, no ma'am. I said, Mother, you don't have to say that here. They treat you different here in California. You don't have to say no ma'am and yes sir, and all that. You don't have to do that. And she couldn't believe me. So I was kind of happy, to be able to do that.
Okay, one last question. Why did you change your name from Anthony Morgan to what you became known as in Hollywood, Jean Bell?
Well, Jean Bell is like an imposter. You pretend to be someone else, but I wanted to keep my name, Annie Morgan, to myself. Because I'm just a little southern girl from Houston, Texas, and I didn't want to share myself to the whole world. And that's why I kind of changed my name to Jean Bell.
Jean Bell, and now she's Annie, Mrs. Annie Judas. All right. Anything else I need to ask you before you get out of here? I mean, you make a long trip to Houston, Texas. Exclamation first, I'd like to know that. How did you become the centerfold in Playboy?
Well, when I won Miss Houston contest, I was the second runner, and the first black person ever entered that contest at that time. So this freelance photographer, he asked me, he says, well, would you like to do some modeling? And I'll pay you $75 an hour. Ooh, $75 an hour? I couldn't believe it. I was making only $75 a week working at Armco Steel. So I said, well, okay, I'll try it. But I didn't know it was for Playboy at the time. I thought it was just a modeling, assignment. And that's how it came about.
Well, congratulations, and give her a nice round of applause. She's been looking for this for a long time. She brought her entourage, her family, and other people in Houston, Texas, just to be a part of our family. And you're still part of the K. I'm so used to saying KTSU. You're still a part of the Wheatley family.
And I have to thank my family for coming and supporting me. Thank you.
All right, thank you. Now, as they say, on with the show.
Okay, so let's continue easing on down memory lane. So what's happened? Ain't nothing but a party.